What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for a Premier League 2018-19 final league table prediction. So we're going to crack on with the video straight up. I imagine there's already a load of videos like this out on YouTube already, so this is my prediction. So I'm going to pop up my predicted league table. I'm going to take you through my thought process. So in the bottom three, I've gone for 20th, I've gone for Cardiff City. Cardiff City have signed some solid players, in my opinion, the solid championship players. I think they're going to struggle in the Premier League. They'll do mightily well to keep them up. Neil Warnock doesn't have the greatest track record, so I've gone for bottom place for them, unfortunately. I do apologise, Cardiff fans, I really do. In second bottom, I've gone for Huddersfield to finish 19th. Huddersfield had an impressive season last season, second season syndrome and all that. The business in the market, in my opinion, hasn't been great, but we'll have to wait and see. I think there's a lot of teams that are of equal calibre in the bottom 6 or 7, so that any one of these teams could probably be relegated, so they've got to work hard, which Huddersfield can do. They've got every chance of staying up. In my opinion, I don't think that they will, and in the last relegation spot in 18th, I have gone for Brighton and Hove Albion. Again, they had a solid season last season, second season syndrome and all that. Their business in the market hasn't been as impressive as some of the other sides. I think that they're going to struggle in the Premier League this season, and I think that they may well get relegated, but I think they'll end up dragging it really close if that ends up happening. In 17th place, I've gone for Bournemouth. I just sense that Bournemouth, season after season, as mightily well as they've done, I'm starting to notice that Bournemouth are becoming slightly more predictable as the games go on and teams are starting to suss them out more. And they always seem to just get that little run and momentum that keeps them up. I'm sensing that they'll probably get something similar again this season, but I'm just noticing them just slowly creeping down. So I've gone for them in 17th place. 16th place, I've gone for Newcastle. They're one of these sides that could well hit near the top half because they've got a good manager, Rafa Benitez. They've got some good players also, Newcastle, but they always lack that inconsistency, the turmoil off the pitch with things going on with Mike Ashley, fans being unhappy with how Newcastle's run. You feel like anything's possible, and you feel like they could get relegated still, so I've gone for them to finish in 16th place. In 15th, I've gone for Watford. No particular reason, it's just filling in spaces, so I've gone for Watford there. In 14th, I've gone for Crystal Palace, the same as Watford. I needed teams to fill in. Crystal Palace had a great season last season, from being terrible to being great under Roy Hodgson. Don't think they'll get relegated this season, so I've gone for them to be 14th. And I imagine Crystal Palace and Watford would probably be happy with staying up. In 13th, I've gone for Southampton. They're like Newcastle. They're a side that could well be down there. I'm not that impressed with their business again, just like I'm not that impressed with Newcastle's business. They're very similar, Newcastle and Southampton, but like I said, any of these sides that from like 11th down could well be getting relegated. They could well be fighting for mid-table, or they could end up proving everyone wrong and getting 8th or 9th place. I mean, Burnley got 7th last season. Anything is possible if you can have enough consistency and organisation. In 12th, I think it will be Fulham. Fulham's had a solid transfer window, in my opinion. They're showing a lot of ambition. I don't think they'll get relegated. I think they'll stay up, and I think they'll comfortably stay up. In 11th, I've gone for Burnley. I feel like Burnley might feel the impact a little bit of the season being long. They had a great season last season. They managed to get 7th. They managed to get into Europe. I'm thinking that Burnley, as the season goes on, might start feeling it a little bit on their legs, particularly if they start progressing in Europe as well. I don't think they'll do as well as last season. In terms of their transfer business this season, I've not been that impressed with their business either, but they've got a solid manager with a solid side, and they've managed to keep hold of a lot of the players. So 11th place for Burnley, which I still think is a brilliant achievement for Burnley. In 10th place, I've gone for West Ham. I think they've done some good business. It's all about how West Ham now finish the transfer market. Can they add in a little bit more quality in their side? I don't think they're going to struggle as much as what they struggled last season. They've got themselves a good manager in Pellegrini. I think Pellegrini's the man to take them into the top half and then see where they can go from there. In 9th place, I've gone for Everton. I've been very generous to Everton here because I know Everton's got quite a few very good players in their side that's more than capable of sending Everton high up into the league table. Everton are always a side that seems to show that consistency. They've got a new manager in Marco Silva. They always find the consistency in the end. They struggled a lot last season. They might struggle this season. If they can get the consistency early on, then even 6th, 7th place is on for them because they are a good side. In 8th, I've gone for Wolves. Very impressed with their transfer business this season. I think that Wolves will probably get top half in the Premier League. They've obviously added some quality additions to the quality side that they already had from the Championship, and I'm expecting them to do wonders this season. They could well cause a few upsets to a few sides. Difficult place to go to, Molineux, and I think Wolves may well get a top half finish. I think they might just miss out in Europe though, because I've gone for 7th place. Leicester managed to keep hold of their players once again, managed to keep hold of Harry Maguire. Yeah, I think that Leicester could well, if they can find their legs and find their consistency, work hard as a side. We've seen what they can do. They can win Premier Leagues. They've not got a stronger squad as that Premier League winning squad that they won back in 2016. But I still think that Leicester still got a quality side with some very good players there. They can have the organisation and consistency just like any of the other clubs. Then European place is very possible, and 7th place normally is a European place in the Premier League. In 6th place I've gone for Arsenal. Out of the top 6, I feel like their business in the window has probably been the second weakest in my opinion. I don't think there's enough quality for them to break the top 4. In my opinion, I've gone for Man United in 4th and Tottenham in 5th as well. I think that each side there has their own individual qualities, and I think each side there also has struggled in parts in the transfer market. Arsenal obviously have not got no Champions League football. They've got a new manager now in Unai Emery. It'll be interesting to see how they cope without Arsene Wenger there now. Maybe that might spur the players on. It might give them a kick up the backside that Arsenal certainly need. But I just think in terms of quality, Arsenal are the 6th best side in the Premier League, and I think that's where they'll finish. In 5th, I've gone for Tottenham. Transfer window's been poor for them. They're going into a new stadium. If it takes them a while to settle in, then the top 4 might be very difficult for them to get hold of. They've got a long season with European football coming up for them too. I've not been impressed with their transfer business. They've managed to keep hold of their players. They've got quality players, Dele Alli, Harry Kane, Christian Eriksen, etc, etc. They've got quality players there. They need to utilise it. Tottenham, though, I feel may struggle because other sides around them have improved. I've gone for Manchester United in 4th. They've improved a little bit. I feel like the transfer window could have been better for them. It hasn't been as brilliant as I'm sure Manchester United fans were hoping for. Manchester United, though, I still think have enough quality about them to finish in the top 4 of the Premier League. They're defensive, they know how to grind out results, they know how to get wins, and Jose Mourinho, as long as he doesn't lose the plot, will probably have enough quality to see them get Champions League football. Whether that is good enough for Manchester United, though, is another matter. My prediction, if I was to give one on terms of managers, I don't think Jose Mourinho will be Manchester United come the start of the 2019-20 season. Now, the top 3... take your pick, really is take your pick. I've gone for 3rd, Liverpool. Liverpool, when the crunchers come to the crunchers, never really shown that consistency, and it's happening again under Jurgen Klopp. They get so far, they do incredibly well, they play really nice football, they can rip teams to shreds, and then they go and do things like losing at home to Burnley and struggling against teams like Bournemouth, etc, etc. And that's what Liverpool do. They need to find a way of getting better. They need to find a way of grinding them into results. We're not going to get our answer until the season starts. Obviously, they start facing these sides. I'm not too sure that Liverpool in the transfer market have added that quality needed to break them down, because I feel like they've just added more depth to their squad, so they've got more cover. But once again, you feel like if there's just not a Salah or a Mane on the pitch, I know they've added Shaqiri, but Shaqiri isn't Mane, he isn't Salah, he isn't rapidly quick, he can't rip teams in half just from the pace, and Mane and Salah obviously have got the skill there to be able to pay the bills. Oh man, but yeah, I think they'll finish 3rd. In 2nd, I've gone for Chelsea. I've been impressed with their transfer business. They've got a good manager in Sarri. I would have predicted Chelsea to probably win the Premier League because they tend to be that inconsistent. They struggle one season, do really well the next, struggle one season, do really well the next. I feel like Chelsea's got the quality to go and hurt the Premier League and win the Premier League. It's just, you're asking me, have they got the quality that Manchester City have got? No, that's my answer. Manchester City broke records. Every record that was to be broken last season, Manchester City virtually broke every single one of them. They were fantastic. Man City have only added Mahrez to their squad at this moment in time when I've recorded this video. So other teams have to play catch up. They've got a lot of points to catch up. I think this Premier League will be very close, though. I don't think it will be a runaway from Manchester City again. I feel like Man City, come the thick of the season, will probably get sussed. It all depends if you let Man City stretch their legs and get going. If you let Man City win 19, 20 games in a row like the Premier League did last season, then Manchester City are going to win the Premier League again, and Man City has that quality, and they still have that quality because the squad's very young. It's just it's important for Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Tottenham, Arsenal, and the other Premier League sides to close that gap, show more consistency, and make the Premier League more competitive. Otherwise, you end up like Liga and you end up with a Farmers League. You end up with, oh, Monaco wins it every now and then. You know, Lyon and Bordeaux do well every now and then, but always PSG, PSG win it season after season after season. And that's where we're at with the Premier League. So the Premier League sides don't want to let Manchester City do that, because if they let them, Man City could dominate. One bold prediction there from me, though, is Manchester City to hold the Premier League, which hasn't happened for years. Can Pep do it? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know in the comments, by the way, your top 4 prediction in order, so first, second, third and fourth, and also let me know the 3 teams you think will get relegated. Let's have a nice football discussion. I'm sure there's loads of people out there that disagree with this. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know your predictions, and we'll see what we end up with. But that's been the video. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to slap a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, JSGC. Don't forget to subscribe, notifications on, and also don't forget to check out my social media in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out my email in the description too. You can hit me with any business inquiries, and also I'll leave the links up at the end of this video if you want to go and check out my partner channel, which is Mixed doing Mixology Drinks, which is run by my brother. I sometimes feature in his videos too, and also go and check out my gaming channel, JSGC Gaming. Go and subscribe, like over there if you wish, and I'll see you all for the next football video. You know, I didn't predict Man City to win the Premier League last season because I was a little bit pessimistic. This season I'm feeling very optimistic and very biased, hence the Manchester City top. There we go. I try and not be biased, but that's my honest opinion. That is my honest opinion. I'm not being biased. I think Man City's got the best squad, and I think that they'll probably win the Premier League unless one of the sides can show serious consistency and go and win a lot of games in a row to put Manchester City under pressure, and then you could end up with Manchester City slipping down the league table perhaps. How did Manchester City get stopped? We'll have to wait and see. We're dead excited for the Premier League season. So there we go, that's been the video. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Peace. Ciao for now.